What is going on, Detroit Lions fans? Welcome back, Detroit Den 313 with Steve, Wednesday night edition. My guy Will did an episode today. Hopefully, it calmed some of you guys down about this Jared Goff bad game. Okay, chalk it up to a bad game. I'm going to tag his episode at the end of this one. You guys want to check that out? He's got some film study, gives his opinion. It's a good episode. Make sure you check that one out right after this one. I'm going to talk about something that I'm going to use the word concern, but when I use the word concern, this isn't panic, doubt, inevitable loss looming over the Lions this week. It's nothing like that. But when I'm looking at the injury report, and mainly I'm going to be focusing on Taylor Decker and um, Sam Laporta tonight, again, it's just popping up. It's a little concerning. Let me start with Taylor Decker. Okay. What's the concern with Taylor Decker? It's not the injury itself. Okay. I know Taylor's going to be fine. It's listed as a shoulder injury. I'm not thinking this is anything to worry about. What worries me is Dan Skipper. Okay. We talked about it before the other day in an episode we did, doing some grades on the Lions from the game against the Texans the other night. Dan Skipper in that first quarter against Houston was a liability. Okay. I'm not trying to throw shade. I don't come on here to be disrespectful towards players or anything like that. I'm just going to call it how I see it. I don't think he had a good game. I think the word liability fits for this scenario. I saw our number one offensive line get manhandled, and Penei Sewell had some bad reps, okay? There's a difference between Penei Sewell and Dan Skipper, obviously, okay? Daniel Hunter had some nice moves he put on Penei Sewell, but when I'm looking at the film, from what I saw from Skip, it was ugly, especially in that first quarter. It was bad. So my concern with is if Taylor Decker's out for a couple games, will we be okay? Yes, we're going to be fine. I'm not worried about the Lions winning or losing based on Taylor Decker. We have depth. We have 1,000 ways to beat you. We'll be just fine. But Dan Skipper playing full-time left tackle is a question mark. It's a huge question mark for me. It's a weakness. It's something that if I were a defensive coordinator for another team, that is something that I would attack heavily. Okay. And that's just how I look at it. And it's not Dan Skipper. It's just, I love Skip in his role as the jumbo package extra tackle. I think that is a role that fits him perfectly. I think he does it better than any other person in the NFL when they go to extra linemen. But when we're talking about going from that role to, hey, I need you to block Jared Goff's blind side, it's a huge step up in responsibility. And I don't love, and I don't have a warm, cozy feeling with Skip playing left tackle full time. Now, if it's a game or two, again, we'll be fine. And I don't know the extent of Taylor Decker's injury. Not sure how long he's going to be out. And I saw he was limited in practice today. But that's just my concern with Skip. And again, I know he's a fan favorite. I love Skip. I love his story when he was on Hard Knocks, and it was gut wrenching to watch him get cut, come back to the Lions, make the team, be a contributor, be a piece that is important. I really love when the Lions run the jumbo package. I love it when we say, hey, we're bringing in an extra tackle. You know we're going to run the football. Come in here and stop it. I love the mindset behind it. And Skip is the best. I just can't watch him play full-time left tackle, guys. I can't. If it's one game against the Jags this week, okay, let Taylor rest up. We'll be fine. We should be able to handle Jacksonville. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself with some game day stuff. I got a lot of topics and a lot of points that I want to talk with Will about. I'll try to get with him. We'll probably get that out Thursday night or Friday night. We'll see. But when it comes to Skipper playing left tackle, I can only give it one more game, and then I feel like we might have to shovel some other pieces around, maybe slide Penei Sewell to left tackle. But I don't want to go down that road yet because I think Taylor Decker's okay. We'll see if he plays Sunday. We'll see when the official report comes out, either tomorrow or Friday. I can't remember. But Sam Laporta, okay? I'm not as concerned with Sam Laporta, but where I think we will miss him is obviously the passing game. He's a weapon. I love Sam Laporta. If you guys know my backstory with Sam Laporta, I was very nervous when we drafted him. He's obviously grown on me as he has with a lot of other people. I was still scarred from the Eric Ebron debacle that happened a few years ago. So drafting a tight end was a concern for me, and even with TJ Hawkinson too. So Sam Laporta is one of my favorite offensive. All these guys are my favorite. I can't just say favorite because it kind of takes its luster away when they're all my favorite. I do have a favorite, but that's not what you guys are here to listen to. Will we be okay without Sam Laporta, who did not practice today? I think that's more of a tell that maybe he's leaning towards not playing on Sunday. We'll be okay. This Detroit Lions team is incredible to watch. And everyone says it on mainstream media. When I see the clips on Twitter or TikTok, everyone talks about how we can beat you 1,000 different ways with the deep passing game, the short passing game, the run game. We can beat you defensively with special teams. Sam Laporta is a piece I would like to have, but we will be okay without him for a game or two if something's going on with that shoulder, because he did not practice today. I think that tells you a little something, that if the game were tomorrow, obviously I don't think he would play. And I know we got a few more days for it to heal up. We'll see how it is. Dan Campbell said in his press conference today that will be evaluated and we will see. But if I had to make a decision right now and I had to make a guess and put money on it, I would say Sam Laporta probably won't play Sunday. And I think that a huge factor in this is it's the Jacksonville Jaguars, a team we should handle. Again, I'm not here to talk shit about the Jacksonville Jaguars. I want you guys to check out our game day episode. I'm going to probably talk them up quite a bit. Hint, hint. They do have a good roster, but they're just not putting the pieces together right now. Okay. They did just take the Minnesota Vikings, who I think are a top 5 team in the NFL, to the wire and didn't allow Minnesota to get into the end zone. Minnesota had to kick 5 field goals in that game. So just trying to set the table a little bit. This is a better team than their record indicates. But when I look at their roster versus the Detroit Lions, it's not even competitive with us. And it's not me being cocky or overshooting my opinion or my hometown team. It's just the reality of where we are versus where they are. So Sam Laporta not playing, those are two injuries that I've got an eye on. And I don't get on here every night and talk about every little injury or every little roster move. Like I saw that Maurice Alexander, he cleared waivers. I could get on here and do an episode about that. I'm talking about guys who are starting contributors, factors. I'm not just going to put out an episode about something that I don't want to actually talk about. Okay. So I wanted to jump on here tonight, talk about some Taylor Decker, talk about some Sam Laporta. I'll give you guys, before I get off here and wrap this show up, my concern level, because I use the word concern, so I feel like I have to put a number to it to kind of give you guys where I'm gauging this, is probably like a 2. Okay. But it is something I'm going to keep an eye on for the next few weeks. See if maybe someone else steps in and takes some more snaps, especially at that tight end position. Will we see more Brock Wright, some more Shane Zylstra? See if any other roster moves happen. We'll see. But it's just something I'm going to keep an eye on, guys. Share your thoughts. Leave some comments down below. Hit that like button. Stick around. I'll be back later with another show. Thanks for watching.